Hi, I'm Steve Adubato. We're coming to you from the Jim Wise Theater at NJIT, New Jersey Institute of Technology. This is Newark at a Crossroads. Fascinating series talking to the movers and shakers who make things happen in Newark. I want to introduce our good friend Patrick Dunican, who is the chairman and managing director of Gibbons PC. By the way, you go by Patrick Dunican Jr., right?
Yes.
And I'm a junior, too.
I noticed.
We have a lot to live up to, right?
No, that's absolutely.
Patrick, put Gibbons in perspective. You've been a partner of ours for a long time, and one of the last things we did when we talked about Newark was you were the Grand Marshal of the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Newark, right?
That's right.
We're marching proudly behind you in that parade. First of all, that is part of a much larger initiative when it comes to your firm and your commitment to the city and the charities here, right?
Sure. Gibbons is a law firm founded in Newark in 1926. So we've been around in Newark close to 90 years. And it was founded by a gentleman by the name of Andrew B. Crummy, who was Irish descended. And the first 6 or 7 partners of the firm were all of Irish descent because they couldn't get hired anywhere else. So, of course, we've broadened now to 230 lawyers with 5 offices in 4 states, but we're committed to the city of Newark, our home base. And when I was approached to be the Grand Marshal of the Newark St. Patrick's Day Parade, I couldn't believe that none of the great attorneys who were at my firm before me, who happened to be of Irish descent, had been asked to be the Grand Marshal. So we did it the way Gibbons does things, and we embraced it. And
in a big way.
In a big way. And under the rubric of our program, which is our giving program called Gibbons Cares, we raised more money for the charities, the Newark-based charities, than any other Newark parade had ever raised.
Such as?
The Newark-based charities, St. John's Soup Kitchen, Boys and Girls Club of Newark, the Newark Museum, the Newark Library, some of the other grassroots organizations that we support, like Christ the King High School, the
St. Benedict's Prep, I think, too.
St. Benedict's Prep, St. Philip's Academy.
Why all that? I mean, why would someone say, I'm sorry, St. Philip's, I'm sorry for interrupting.
Right.
But here's my question. Someone would say a law firm, because by the way, when you come into Newark, you see the big Gibbons sign, right? Why, other than making money, other than having good lawyers and representing people, why that part of it?
Well, I think the answer is twofold. Doing good while doing well is really important to our firm, to give back to the communities that we're operating in. And then derivative of that, or the second piece of that, is that we want to enhance the community that we're living in. And we break it down into support the children and families of the city of Newark, because these are going to be our employees, both at the firm and then in the future. So that's why we're involved with such high schools like Christ the King High School or Team Academy. And then we want to support the cultural institutions of the city, the New Jersey Performing Arts Center.
Where you serve on the board.
I'm on the board there. And they're employing the people that live in the city of Newark. This is our home, too. And we want to enhance our community and help that next generation, because Newark has seen its troubles. My partner, John Gibbons, the standard bearer of the firm, was the president of the State Bar Association in the late 60s during the riots, and he coordinated—
The riots in the city of Newark, 1967, go ahead.
That's right, and he coordinated the efforts of the lawyers to assist those individuals who were being rounded up and arrested. So again, our firm has been deeply involved in the city of Newark and trying to help its residents for a really long time.
You know what's interesting? You know, we're doing this series, Newark at a Crossroads, and you know, we're talking about education, crime, employment issues, a whole range of things, environmental issues. What's interesting about a firm like yours is there are a lot of law firms. I'm not saying just because we're all friends and we're Yankee fans together, but in all seriousness, a lot of law firms choose to go to the suburbs, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. When you have the option of moving to a big office complex in off a highway, which, a lot of them have done.
Sure.
Is there pressure to do that as opposed to, no, we're staying downtown Newark, we're going to be here, especially during the tough times? Is there pressure?
There's a lot of pressure. Number one, it's a lot less expensive to move to the suburbs, to be out there on that highway.
It's less expensive?
Absolutely. Far less in terms of rentable for the square footage of the property, absolutely. But we want to be part of the city. Also, we've made a business decision that being at the crossroads of New Jersey and have the train line, the airport, and all of the other infrastructure available, that it enhances our business and our client experience to be able to come to home base headquarters here in Newark rather than out in the suburbs.
But there's another piece. I remember a night that Patrick was I feel like twice you were honored. Well, more than that, but twice we got involved in this. Seton Hall Law School.
Yes.
You got this connection there.
Yes.
So we talked about the fact a lot of people talk about Newark as a college town. So you got Seton Hall Law School right here, NJIT. You got Rutgers, you got Essex County College, you got Berkeley College. I remember the night you were being honored by the law school. Seton Hall Law School's presence in the city of Newark is huge. Talk about that.
Absolutely. Well, I'm the chair of the Board of Visitors at Seton Hall Law School, and it's really important to the city to have those types of institutions that you mentioned here.
Why?
Why? The economy flourishes as a result of the dollars that those students are spending, whether they're buying lunch or paying for parking or any of the ancillary benefits that can come from having people coming into your city. This is a beautiful area up here with Rutgers and JIT, and it only can enhance the city by having those kids and their dollars flowing into the community, and it creates jobs for the people that live here.
But Patrick, you know, I often think about what it would take to create more of a college town, in the sense that you'd want young people, and by the way, not just young people, anyone going to college at any level, graduate school, it doesn't matter, the medical schools, et cetera, to want to hang around, be a part of things, go to NJPAC, go to some of the restaurants, go to the bars. What are some of the obstacles we face in that way?
Housing would be the number one thing. You need student housing to have the kids come here, live here. That's an issue that we've been looking at the law school. I know that the other institutions are working on that.
Including NJIT.
Issue. Absolutely. Rutgers for sure.
Right.
And to me, the reputation of the city.
Talk about that from a crime and fear perspective.
Well, it has to be enhanced. And I've been in the city since 1988, when I started law school at Seton Hall. And it was very different back then. You didn't know if your car was going to be outside when you went outside. So it has become safer. And that's because of institutions like Seton Hall putting up a new building, NJPAC, the Prudential Center, what Prudential's doing downtown. All of those things are really good and changing the face of Newark, but we have some work to do. Reputationally, we suffer. People don't want to come to Newark up there in the suburbs. They worry about it. They worry about the crime. So that's got to be the number one focus of the people who care about this city, reducing crime and making it safer for people
Before I
to
let you out of here, the long-term commitment of your firm to this city, describe it.
We're going to be here. We've been here for close to 90 years. We're going to stay in Newark. This is our home. This is headquarters for us. We love it, and we're going to do everything we can to enhance the quality of life for our employees and for the people who live in the city.
By the way, one more organization you guys support. Am I wrong? You guys are into the symphony? Excuse me, the orchestra. New Jersey Symphony Orchestra.
If it makes sense to one of my partners and they say that they're into it, then we'll evaluate. But we do support the symphony, along with a lot of other organizations that bring value to the city.
And that's why it's called Gibbons Cares. Patrick Dunican Jr., Chairman and Managing Director at Gibbons PC, in the heart of the city of Newark. Patrick, thank you, buddy.
Steve, great to see you.
We're crossing our fingers for the Yankees doing good things. Stay with us. We're coming to you from NJIT, talking about Newark at a Crossroads. We'll be right back right after this. Thank you, Patrick.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato at NJIT has been provided by New Jersey Institute of Technology, Prudential Financial's Global Communications Department, Audible.com, Barnabas Health, TD Bank, Josh S. Weston, and by the law firm of Gibbons PC. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. This program has been made possible in part by the Fidelco Group.